Peace Reflections. You're over here with Tarithia. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button if you haven't already, because you are officially in with my crew. And we are over here with Rashad Jamal. We are here talking about what's to come reflection, because if you've been watching the news lately, it seems like a lot of strange things have been happening, right? They've even confirmed UFOs coming out of the water. They've confirmed UFOs allegedly within our air. I mean, not our air, but our space reflection. Okay, so what do you think about this? What do you think about these extraterrestrials? What do you think? Do you think that they have just came, or do you think they've been here? Reflection. Okay, keep in mind everything in this video is alleged. But over here with Tarithia, you have to be able to think outside of the box, because you know this tell a vision can pre-program your reflection. So over here, we take everything that we once knew reflection, we kind of put it to the side. We're open to new information. Okay, think about it. 20 years ago, there was no such thing. Allegedly, they were called conspiracy theorists when they talked about aliens, when they talked about UFOs. Reflection. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people have lost their life trying to be whistleblowers and different things like that about these UFOs. Okay, but other people seem to think that this isn't anything new. This goes back to the Egyptian days. When you even look at some of the tablets, when you even look at some of the hieroglyphics on the stone walls, reflection, and the beautiful buildings that they left, what we would call buildings now, temples, reflection, that they had, you can see these unearthly beings. You can see these crafts, what we call today as spaceships, right? So what do you think about that? Do you think that these species are new to this planet, or do you think, reflection, that they've been here in the hidden and now maybe they're coming out to the light? Okay, so with that being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're about to do the countdown, so you have time to get everything that you need, because hey, we're about to get started. And we are back. So, if you just came into the building, if you just came in over here with my crew, I am Sarithia. And we are here with Rashad Jamal to listen at what he have to say about things that are going on. Reflection. Okay, we've talked about UFOs over here. We talked about technology and who we think is behind all of this advanced technology, right? Reflection. Okay, remember when the fallen angels came, reflection, when they fell and dropped in frequency, reflection, all of the knowledge that they had, they didn't lose it. They just fell in frequency. All right. So when you think about certain forms of technology reflection, and you go and hear about these particular beings that have allegedly given certain people this form or this knowledge of technology, think about it like this. You remember back when reflection, even think about Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, we know some of that came out of those Book of Shadows. Some of that allegedly came out of those Book of Shadows reflection. But where do you think about, where do you think these people were getting this knowledge from? Where do you think they was channeling? Where do you think they were channeling this energy from? Reflections. Keep in mind, what's my favorite saying? We can't all be angels all the time. It's duality in everything. When you think of an angel, you think of someone that's always good, but that's not always the case. Reflection, okay? So when you think about that and you think about things are to come and you think about certain prophecies, depending on what you believe in, reflection, it kind of all goes together, right? But we are here to keep an open mind. Remember, like I said in the beginning of the video, and we are going to listen what Rashad Jamal has to say about these oracles, okay? And not only these oracles, um what I like to call the days of Atlantis. Okay, a lot of people when they hear New World Order, they think of certain families and things like that, but it's bigger than that. Reflection is much bigger than that. All right, it's more levels to that. Okay, it's a lot above that to get to the top of that pyramid, right? So with that being said, reflection, a lot of people think that it's going back to the golden days. Well, what is the golden days? The days of Atlantis. Reflection, the days when we were all, when you think it, it manifests in front of you. You ever seen it in cartoons? Remember I was saying that you see it in cartoons sometimes. Well, where do you think they got that from? Reflection, okay? So remember, in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you've been, all right? And history, what does it do? Reflection, how are we able to predict certain things off a pattern, which is history, okay? So in order to, I'm gonna keep saying, in order to know where we're going, you have to look back sometimes. Not too long though, not too long, but you have to look back and know where we have been. All right. So some people think we're going back. Think about AI, right? Let's use AI as an example. When we think about AI, if you look in certain cartoons, the Jetsons, I think that's the name of it. Even back when reflection, they had what we call AI today, right? Artificial intelligence. Okay. So when you think about that reflection, we use artificial intelligence. We was using artificial intelligence before we even knew it. Okay. So with that being said, keep in mind we call it AI now, but it was called something totally different then. But that's the same stuff that was back in the golden days, in the days of Atlantis, the days when our frequency was so high that we could connect to certain things like that. Reflection, you get what I'm saying? So just think about it like that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've said what I had to say. Now let's come over here and let's listen at what Rashad Jamal actually has to say. All right. And this is just a piece of the lecture. If you want his whole lecture, definitely go over there to www.theuci.com, or you can actually go to his YouTube page at Rashad Jamal or the University of Cosmic Intelligence. Okay. So with that being said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started.
If I was to go back to my elementary school, the same exact information that my first grade teacher was teaching me over 20-something years ago when I was in first grade, she's still teaching that curriculum today. You get what I'm saying? That's how you teach, because individuals not just gonna grab it one time and it's just stuck to them. We are trying to reprogram. The brain is a computer. The brain is the CPU of the body, the central processing unit. If you know anything about computers, the central processing unit of the computer is what stores all the information. Without the central processing unit of the computer being programmed the correct way, you can't get none of this AI technology. You can't turn on your social media. You can't get on your Instagram account, your YouTube, and watch videos.
So, what do you think about that reflection? What do you think about Rashad Jamal saying that it's almost like, keep in mind, have you ever been looking at your phone? Maybe you was thinking about some reflections like, damn, maybe I do need to buy those pair of shoes. And then you just picked up your phone, just picked up your smart device, right? Your smart device, okay? It's literally in plain sight if you can see it. So if you pick up your smart device, your Android, your forbidden Apple, your iPhone, the apple that's bitten off of in the back, reflection. Okay. So when you pick it up, reflection, you go to Google, what do you think when you're connecting to the web, the cosmic web, or when you're connecting to the web, the internet, what is a net? It's a surface. What is a net? Everything is connected in the net, right? Okay, so when you even think of a spider web, it looks like a net, right? So think about it like that, reflection. Nothing is a coincidence. But you pick your phone up, right? I was thinking about, damn, I need to buy these shoes right here. I pick up my phone and I'll be, damn, reflection, the shoes is right there. They not the ones I was thinking about, but then the things are better right here. And they a little cheaper, reflection. They know I like a good sale. How did you even know that? How did you even know that? I forgot I'm connected to my smart device, right? Hit the like and subscribe button.
Get on YouTube and you search something, that search engine has been programmed to show you whatever you're searching. Do you know why you are seeing whatever you're searching? Because the search engine has a brain. But in computer terminology, it's not called the brain, it's called a CPU. Central Processing Unit. So if you can understand that that's how we created the computer and we made it a reflection of the brain, a replica of our actual brains. So your brain is also the CPU of your body. Okay, so these beings who stole our planet, this is why they reprogrammed the brain. The brain has nothing to do with the mind, the spirit, or the soul. That's the real you. That's your consciousness, right? That's your consciousness. The brain.
So think about it like this, reflection. If you don't, a lot of people is like, well, hold on now. What do my brain and a computer, how do they even go together? How does that even go together? In all my tech savvy people out here, you know about the CPU. You know the CPU is the central processing unit, right? So that's the central. Okay, where's your brain? It's in the center, right? Okay, so think about it like this, reflection. How do I want to put this to where it's just very just plain? If I say something to you right now, I'm inputting something into you, right? If I'm typing something into a computer, then I'm inputting information into the computer, right? When the computer gives me a feedback from what I inputted into the computer, maybe I say, okay, Google what tomorrow, what it's gonna feel like. It's gonna output me something, right? So when I'm talking to you now, I'm inputting information. What you speak back to me is what you're outputting, input, output. But you got to process in the CPU, which is your brain. You have to process the information that I just inputted into you. You listen to what I'm saying to your reflection. Hit the like and subscribe. But we on to some shit. I think we are on to some over here at the UC. I keep talking reflection. Tell me some stuff.
My first grade teacher.
Tell me some stuff. Hold on, we heard this.
I was to go back to my elementary school. The same exact information that my first grade teacher was teaching the computer, and we made it a reflection of the brain, a replica of our actual brains. So your brain is also the CPU of your body. Okay, so these beings who stole our planet, this is why they reprogrammed the brain. The brain has nothing to do with the mind, the spirit, or the soul. That's the real you. That's your consciousness, right? That's your consciousness. The brain is a physical thing. It's a physical thing. It's a physical organ that can be touched. They can't touch your soul. They can't touch your spirit. They can't touch your mind. So this is why when they took over our planet, by using our ancient technology against us, blowing up our ancient pyramids, cutting down our trees, pushing our second sun out through the galaxy, attacking the air, attacking the water, attacking the land, attacking the plants, the animals, attacking us. That's a part of reprogramming us. That's why they got the hospitals. They inject us with the nanobot technology. These nanobots then goes inside our brain and reprograms it and disconnects it and hacks it. It basically hacks the brain. So by a lot of our brains being hacked, this is why it's so hard for us to get on our spiritual journey. This is why it's so hard for so many of us to open up our third eye. Right? This is why you still see goddesses shaking their ass. I'm pretty sure out there they still out there shaking their ass all over Instagram. Right? I'm pretty sure you see a lot of our gods still out there.
So what do you think about their reflection? What do you think about that? Think about shadow work. How we be talking about shadow work over here at the night school, right? So shadow work is key. When I say reflection, you have to take everything that you knew and put it to the side just for a little second. I need you to think outside of this box. What is the box? The box is all those programs that you have grew up with, that you have came up with, those things that were imprinted into you. Not necessarily that you learned, not necessarily that you experienced on your own reflection, but things that were imprinted into you. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say shadow work work is key, because how are you going to reprogram your self-reflection if you haven't even faced the things that's in the shadow? You get what I'm saying?
Out there shaking their ass all over Instagram, right? I'm pretty sure you see a lot of our guys still out there participating in violence, even though it's coming to an end. This is why, though. This is why you have Caucasians that are racist. A lot of Caucasians are not racist because they want to be. A lot of them was programmed like this as children. Because their parents put it in them. And their parents put it in them because their parents put it in them when they was kids. So we have to get past this illusion of division and interstate unity. Okay, so a lot of things I'm telling you in this university, I'm basically...
So think about it like that. Even not just with race reflection. Keep in mind, as a child, certain children don't eat sugar or don't eat that candy. It's gonna give you listen, don't eat that candy, because listen, if you eat the candy, it's gonna make your stomach and shit hurt. It's gonna make your stomach and shit hurt. So regardless if they do it or not, reflection, I'm already programming it into their mind, their subconscious, letting them know if you eat that candy, it's gonna make your stomach hurt. They don't never have to pick up a piece of candy and experience that their stomach is hurting, because I've already programmed it in them. No, don't touch that because your stomach gonna hurt. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's a very real thing, reflection. It's not just with race. You can program on all type of levels.
Basically helping to reprogram your brain, to reset it, to get you to exit the matrix and enter reality. Right? That's why the ancient saying for this university is exit Earth into reality. Because when you come in here, you exit in Earth, and then you're going to enter reality. Right? Once again, I am Morpheus, and all of you are Neo. I'm going to give you these red pills or these blue pills, whichever one you want. It's up to you. But I say all that to say, this is why a lot of individuals don't understand that these whales are nomos. They are an extraterrestrial race. Elephants too, but I'll expound on that in a separate lecture. We're talking about the nomos right now. We're talking about the orcas. So, since these beings have invaded our planet, we're talking about Satan and the fallen. Those that were cast out the heavens, the same individuals who they speak to you about in Christianity, in Catholicism, in Islam, Buddhism, Judaism, all throughout every religion, all throughout every ancient civilization speaks about this war that broke out between the gods. No matter where you go, no matter what, I'm a historian, so I go also and study these other stories that are given about these civilizations, and they all have the same creation story with this war that broke out between the gods. So that war plays a role in why these nomos are here. Remember, their planet got blew up when the war kicked off. The fallen angels tried to take over the heavens, but what they...
Ooh, they almost tried to get me, reflection. You better know. Akon, you trying to get you play with me again. Look at them, reflection. They tried to get the fallen. They said the fallen was locked up. They won't let them out. No, they won't let them out. They said the fallen, they won't let them out, baby. Akon, we was over here trying to be serious. We not even on serious, but damn it, we was finna get a little serious for a second. The king had already told us, listen, the fallen trying to take over. They got to see the oracles. Y'all remember the oracles and shit? You remember when the oracles was hitting them folks boats, reflection? What you call it? The rudder. I did a video on this about a year ago. Either it was a year or two ago. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of the fishermen and shit, keep in mind they weren't supposed to be in there getting them damn fish, no way, whatever. But anyway, reflection, they was over there trying to fish, trying to get some, probably a little couple endangered species, probably getting a couple endangered species, reflection. And the oracles, them the white and black fish and shit, reflection, they look like whales a little bit. They white and black. I keep telling y'all that it's a whole kingdom allegedly in the water. That's why you can't explore all of it. That's why you ain't got the 5% of the, you get what I'm saying, exploration, baby. Because it's shit down there. Keep your ass from down there. Keep your ass from down there. See, some people, they didn't believe that meat was greasy. You know, but Big Mama used to say, listen, touch the stove. Touch it again. You must don't think fat meat greasy. You must don't think fat meat greasy because I told you it's hot, Tarika. I told you that damn stove is hot, but you know me, I wanted to touch it in order just to make sure, Big Mama. I'm just trying to make sure then. Because you know, your finger and my finger, they totally different. Let me see. This shit hot. I didn't believe fat meat was greasy, but out of these fishermen reflection, They didn't believe fat meat was greasy either, because they end up getting in the boat. They end up getting in the boat. You get what I'm saying? Getting a couple of endangered species, allegedly. Getting a couple of endangered species, allegedly. Hit the like and subscribe button. You over here with right there. And next thing you know, Reflection, these extraterrestrials, what are oracles? Keep in mind, you remember when Reflection just said that they planet had got blew up during the war, and they was promised a place on this planet, and the place that they got is in the remember I told you it's a law of the world and it's a law of the land. Those are two different laws, because those are two, they go by two different things. Reflection, what you go by they don't go by, what you respect they don't respect. Reflection, you know, because they putting atomic bombs allegedly in the sea, allegedly, you know, they don't respect the Reflection, they don't respect it, whatever. Shit, that's part of why we in this situation right now. Allegedly, the extraterrestrials, they don't like that. They don't like that, because what people don't know is, a side note, when you put those atomic bombs allegedly in the ocean, not only is it fucking up the atmosphere, it's also messing up the ecosystem in the ocean. And the ocean is connected to more than just Earth. So what do you think you're doing to other planets, allegedly? Hit the like and subscribe button, but whatever, I don't know. I don't know. But with that being said, back to the oracles. Now, the oracles, Reflection, when these fishermen were getting in the water, these oracles were so strategic, they were so intelligent, they were hitting the rudder. Now, the rudder, I think that's what it's called, is how you steer your boat. So if you don't got your rudder, Reflection, that's like you in a car with no steering wheel, Reflection, and brakes. You in a car with no steering wheel and brakes, baby, we at the mercy of the sea. We at the mercy of the damn sea. Reflection. Listen, I don't know. I heard Poseidon when he nice like that. I heard I'm not messing with them sirens and them mermaids and shit. I believe they can fly. I'm not fucking with them. Reflection. Hit the like and subscribe button. So next thing, it don't take number one oracle to hit my boat, and I'm not getting my ass back in there. So anyway, these fishermen, they was constantly getting in the sea, Reflection, and these oracles, every time they was hitting their boats, they was hitting them rudders. They weren't attacking the boat necessarily. All they have to do is hit the rudder. They strategically hit the rudder, get in groups, because they go in groups. Reflection, keep in mind, this is an extraterrestrial being. Reflection, they just in the water. They just in the water. If you was in the water, you probably wouldn't have two legs, Reflection, because you in the water and shit. You have other shit, because it's the land of the law and it's the land of the damn sea. Okay, shit on this land don't look like shit on the sea. But anyway, let's, because people be trying to make this complicated. They be trying to make it complicated, Reflection. I'll be like, listen, why would you look the same if you on the in the sea and you on the land? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Hit the like and subscribe button, Reflection. Shit, go to school 1900 years and you want to tell me? I'll be like, what are you talking about? That doesn't even like take every piece of education you ever had out of the situation and just think about this shit for a second. Just think about just a little piece. Okay. Anyway, back to the story. So these oracles was hitting these fishermen boats, Reflection, and next thing you know, they didn't learn their lesson. They still didn't believe Big Mama Fat was greasy, and they ended up keep going in the ocean. And what do you think? You think the oracles got tired? The oracles don't get tired, baby. They said, baby, y'all had me over there in Disneyland, allegedly in the little tank and shit. Thought you was gonna work me like a damn slave, put me back in the sea after you seen I couldn't produce no babies, allegedly. After I kept busting y'all tank against with my head and shit, because I don't want to be up in here. The oracles smart. They said, before I stay in here, I'm finna end it all, baby. Before, go do your research. Before I stay up here in SeaWorld, I'm finna end it all, baby. Yeah, so they threw their ass back in the sea. Now, when they threw them back in the sea, Reflection, they didn't know these are extraterrestrials. Allegedly, these are very intelligent beings. So when they was in the sea, keep in mind they go in packs. It's like, motherfucker, come get your Reflection and put you somewhere, and then next thing you know, you go back home, and you what you finna do? You finna tell some shit. So the oracles got together and they got to tell them what happened over there at SeaWorld, allegedly. I think so. They went over there, hit the like and subscribe button, and they said, listen, this what they doing. In the time y'all see them boats, they coming for your ass. You better get them. You better hit that damn water. You better hit the water. So next thing you know, Reflection, all these fishermen was wondering how these oracles knew how to hit is a rudder. It's plenty places on the boat they could have hit. They was only hitting the rudder what they steered and stopped with, right? So next thing you know, Reflection, shit, they ass learned to get your ass up at the sea. But common sense, 1+1 say, if you took these species of fish out of the sea, and not only these ain't regular fish, this ain't your goldfish and shit, baby. These are oracles. This is special. Did you see the black and white on them, baby? Did you not see the goddamn blank on my hit the like and subscribe button. Reflection, that shit be making me mad. Cause I be like, why you couldn't go get a purple fish? Why you couldn't go get a pink fish or something? Why you couldn't go get a pink fish with the little light coming off his head or some shit like that? What you gonna get the oracles for, baby? Because they special, because they smart and shit. That's what it was. They said, I want that dumbass fish over there. I don't want no damn goldfish. I want that oracle. I want it because they don't know. But I remember. I heard y'all used to be on another planet. I heard y'all running packs and y'all spread information from Oracle generation to the next Oracle generation. This shit sound familiar? Reflection. Hit the like and subscribe. But I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. Now, let's go on and let's talk. Because he mentioned something about these fallen angels. He said a little piece of something. I heard something about a fallen angel. And a lot of people, when they talk about these different species reflection, because it's been alleged, keep in mind, the fallen angels didn't come along reflection. What a lot of people don't know is if you've been listening at my book, I've been reading, it's called The Devil's Apprentice. It's called The Created. It's about the story of the creation of human race. It's all about how Lucifer got his army, got all the other angels to get on his side reflection and basically go with the plan of self, right? So with that being said, let's because he didn't want to watch the human race, but keep in mind, come over there to the book club reflection, hit the playlist tab, and you will see a couple of videos over there. But a lot of them you probably have to go to the video tab and just go through and look for The Devil's Apprentice. I think we're on like chapter 13, 14 right now. Okay, it's getting good. It's getting good. All right, I may even come back later on tonight and read a little something. But let's talk more about these fallen ones.
Apaches. Why did they join environmentalists in filing dozens of lawsuits before a federal appeals court to try to stop the construction of the observations on Mount Graham? The project ultimately prevailed in favor of the Vatican and NASA after an act by the United States Congress ordered it to be done. But the question remained in our mind, why had the tribal communities fought so diligently against the construction of telescopes atop that mountain? Now, I had wrongly assumed that this was because Mount Graham was a sacred place, as in preceding generations of Native Americans had lived and died on it, and therefore it was considered holy ground, something like a graveyard. But I learned later that while that was partially true, it really wasn't the big issue. The real dispute surrounded how Mount Graham is considered one of the four holiest mountains in the world for the Apache and is considered sacred to all of the region's native peoples, and it is so because it is what we might call a stargate. In their mythos, a portal through which the star people have come since the dawn of time. And once we understood that fact, our suspicions as to why the Vatican and NASA had chosen that mountain in particular, even being willing to face a prolonged legal battle to build these telescopes.
So what do you think about that reflection? When you look out in a telescope, what do you look? You looking at the stars, right? A lot of people say the stars, you get what I'm saying, planet and stars, they can be one in the same reflection, okay? So think of, and they like spread the planet and the star is not the same reflection. They just told you on this. You really gonna have to reprogram everything that has been taught, okay? Because they a lot of stuff that they're saying. Think about when they talk about gravity. They're finding out things are defying gravity each and every day. Okay, they're learning different things each and every day. Reflection. You never stop learning on this planet. Just when you think you've mastered it, it's so much more for you to know, right? But let's get back on subject. Why do you think these particular beings? I mean, why do you think these particular Native Americans reflection who were native to the land, basically, um, why do you think that they didn't want the invention of telescopes and they were going so hard against it? Okay, who a lot of people think reflection, the people that are on these UFOs. Now, this is just what I'm telling you what I heard, man. The conspiracy community. Now, it's all just shit I heard, but they think that those are the fallen ones on those spaceships. Reflection. That's what they think. I'm just telling you what they think. Drop in the comments and let me know. Do you think the same thing? Have you heard that? Well, who do you think these extraterrestrials are? And do you think that they have the best interests? Okay, do you think they're like, listen, I'm just here trying to get you back to the electrical days, baby. I'm trying to get you to a higher fucking frequency. Or do you think these beings have something more sinister in hand? What do you think?
Graham, including the largest binocular telescope in the world where the Lucifer device is kept. Why would they have gone to all of that trouble? Why not just go to another mountain range and find basically the same height, the same environmental conditions? Why did it have to be that mountain? Now, we came to learn another thing, and that is that the San Carlos Apache have these preserved ancient tales concerning Mount Graham and that geography, including stories very similar to biblical chronology. These legends involve a creator, a deceiving dragon that follows, an epic flood, and even a race of giants known as the Jindupids, who were judged and destroyed by God. According to the legend, a race of Indians called the Tartums lived in the valley between Tucson and Phoenix. These were just peaceful farmers, and they prospered until one day they were invaded by the Jindupids, described as Goliaths, who were so huge they used tree limbs for toothpicks. Well, these Nephilim were led by this massive man they call Evilkin, who allegedly came from the northeast and were headed south to their home beyond the Gulf of Baja. These giants nearly wiped out the Tartums before they ran and hid.
So, what do you think about this reflection? Keep in mind, Rashad Jamal said earlier in the video that no matter what religion, no matter what you believe in, there's always the same story, the creation story that comes up. Reflection, okay? So, what do you think about that? And with that, it's always this particular dragon, what some people like to call. It just depends on what you believe in, okay? Reflection. So, what do you think about that? This all go back to the same question of where were these people getting this advanced technology from as well, because some people like to think, even going back to the 3, the 6, and the 9 reflection, because that is what this planet is built off of. But when you think about that, let's think outside the box just for a second. Remember, everything over here is ledge. When you think about this planet built off the 3, the 6, and the 9, all right, and you think about these angels that fell from heaven, reflection, where do you think they fell to? Where do you think they fell to, reflection? So, with that being said, if this is a magnetic planet and everything was on a higher frequency, reflection, keep in mind you can't see certain things if your vibration isn't high enough. Okay, think about it. It's hidden literally in plain sight. It's only magic if you can hide it in plain sight. And keep in mind, when you think about it and you read about these fallen ones, they brought a lot of knowledge to this planet. Like I tell people, they fell in frequency. They didn't fall in power. They just fell in frequency. Hit the like and subscribe button. We are over here talking about extraterrestrials. We're talking about a couple of UFOs, reflection. We are talking about the fallen ones.
In his Antichrist manifesto that they were successful and that a child was conceived in that act, and that there was a spirit known as Hilarion. The Whore of Babylon was what they were trying to bring about. They believed what we believe, and that America was the final Babylon. Like, this was the revived Babylon. They believed it, and they were occultists. You know, we're Christians and we believe it. There's evidence to back this up. But yes, let's backtrack just for a second. What happened was they opened up this portal, they created a rift, and entities began to come through. Not just this Whore of Babylon being birthed, but other entities, because people all over the place started having paranormal encounters, and they began to report this to law enforcement, report this to the FBI, report this to whatever agency they could get in touch with. And so the federal agencies said, we've got to come up with an answer for this. You know, we were not prepared for any of this. There's UFO activity, there's talk of entities and demons and winged creatures and just all kinds of weird, just paranormal demonic activity following this ritual that Jack Parsons said finally worked. They did the ritual for a couple years. It finally worked, finally stuck. And that's what a scientist does. A scientist is going to work at something. He's going to work at that hypothesis until it's proven true or false.
Despite their apparent success, the partnership between Parsons and Hubbard soon soured.
So, what do you think about that, reflection? What do you think about these particular beings? It all goes back to the fallen ones. What do you think about that? Do you think that these beings that came down reflection and brought down a lot of information, brought down a lot of technology reflection, and basically allegedly what some people like to think built the planet up. Okay, keep in mind when they had plans before they fell. If they had, that's just like you had plans for a location, but you end up having to relocate. Your plans are allegedly still the same, right? So what do you think about that? I think that a lot of people are not so much concerned, are these people benevolent beings? More so, what are the plans for the future? Yes, they are here. You have confirmed it, but what are the plans? What is next to come? Okay, so with that being said, reflection, let's keep going. Keep in mind, you have to keep a very open mind. You have to keep a very open mind. Now, keep in mind, in the beginning of the video, I was telling you about how, well, Rashad Jamal, I wasn't. Rashad Jamal was telling you about how the brain is like a computer chip, right? Let's listen at a video and how you can think about your brain versus a computer, right?
Want a massive plot twist? Hang on to the end. Here's the first part of the story. They just put human brain tissue on a computer chip and it started acting smarter than our best AI in less than 48 hours. And they tested it with some pretty complex problems, including some advanced math and human speech recognition. Now, you need to understand just how small the human brain tissue was that they plugged into this chip, because it was less than a nanometer in diameter, which granted is bigger than the brains of either of the two leading presidential candidates we have, but still way smaller than a grain of sand. So how smart are these neuron-chipped computers? Well, on day 0 of loading in 240 audio clips of human males speaking Japanese, that little brain chip, from hearing just one vowel of one of those clips, was able to figure out the source of that vowel to 51% accuracy, and after 2 more days, it increased its accuracy to almost 80%.
Whoa, now that is something. But let's talk about it. Have y'all seen the new commercial with Gemini? The new AI Gemini that's on your phone, Google? I know y'all seen the commercial on TV, right? If not, then Google it after this video, okay? But a lot of people, when they heard the commercial, they was like, oh my God, that sounds like a real person. Like, that was too lifelike for me right there, Tarithia. That sounded like somebody I know. Like, I don't know who it is, but they sound like a real person. So when you got time reflection, think about that. But keep in mind, what does AI do? AI listens, right? AI listens, and that's how it learns. The more it interacts with people, places, and things, reflection, the more it learns, right? Okay, so we never have to move to learn. All right, so with that being said, a lot of people are like, it goes back to that human transfer thing too. I don't know if y'all seen that video, but definitely go to the video tab and check out the human transfer video, and it'll all kind of go together. All right, but with that being said, back on a side note, let's go back and we're going to talk more about these alleged fallen angels reflection. But what do you think about all that? Okay, and keep in mind, it all goes back to that as well. If these are the beings that actually gave the technology, because we do know Elon Musk got a lot of blueprints from allegedly Elon Musk, the 3, the 6, and the 9 reflection. And we know the 3, the 6, and the 9 came from these beings. They came from the fallen angels reflection. Okay. So with that being said, yes, it's a frequency, but it's also a frequency of this planet. And keep in mind, when they fail reflection, what do you think they fail? It's a dome, it's a lid for a reason. Hit the like and subscribe button. And regardless what the people tell you, the watchers fail too. The north, the south, the east, and the west, they fail as well. Reflection, they fail too. They broke a couple of they wings too. Reflection, they fail as well. Okay, so keep in mind, they watch the north, the east, the south, and the west, right? So they fail with Lucifer. Okay, so it all goes together. All right, but anyways, let's remember, everything over here is alleged. Everything over here is alleged. We just thinking and shit.
We look like them because they are our elder siblings. We are reproductively compatible with them. So we are very similar, even physiologically, although they are of a higher nature. And so then the question is, what do they look like? And I think the answer is apparent within the canonized text of Scripture. They look like us, but with some differences. And we know that there has to be some differences because Lot was able to recognize them when they were approaching the city of Sodom. Lot saw two angels approaching and instantly was able to recognize that these were sons of God, emissaries from the kingdom of heaven. Now, how could he have recognized these angels? Because they looked human enough to where they could pass through town and be taken as exotic human beings, but they had distinctive trademarks, hallmarks, that were calling cards that they were not human beings and that they were indeed angels.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human.
But they had distinctive trademarks, hallmarks.
Let's talk about that. They call them the sons of God. Keep in mind, everything is everything reflection is kind of like an allegory, okay? So think about it like this. The sons of God is only magic if you can hide it in plain sight. What does the sun do? The sun shine, reflection, okay? When you hear about extraterrestrials, what's the first thing they talk about? Their eyes. These were called the shiny eyed ones. When you look back in history, reflection, they talk about the shiny eyed beings, the shiny eyed ones, reflection. Those were the shiny eyed ones, reflection, okay? That's how they're able to distinguish them, okay? Keep in mind, some took different forms, all right? But the eyes are the wonder to the soul, all right? So that's the shiny eyed ones, all right? They're talking about these particular fallen angels.
Hallmarks that were calling cards that they were not human beings and that they were indeed angels.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and
hit the like and subscribe button, reflection. If you know, you know. Now, keep in mind, everything in this video is alleged, but definitely go and do your own research, reflection. Definitely look into more of what Sarika is telling you, okay? Remember, you have to step outside of the program in order to get the key to the matrix. Until next time, Ashay.